like they were credited for these things, and it was like, that's always a fear, and that's what they were scared of. That's why they were like, you can't do this and this, and there's like legal workarounds and stuff, and they had to like secretly make games for Apogee, and
Mm.
that's why like back then it was like, oh, nobody knows who makes this, so like if this guy said, hey, I worked on the original Mario or something, and there's nothing to prove that he did that because nobody was ever credited for it other than Nintendo. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, they say business is war, so it makes sense, if from a business perspective that if you've got a probably back then it was $100 million IP, that they wouldn't want you to know who their top talent are. But unfortunately, all that does is kind of shackle people to
Yeah.
you, because you can't really go out unless you start your own company. You can't go out and say, yes, I did this.
Yeah.
I was part of this, multi-million-dollar franchise, and employ me. And they're like,
Yeah.
show me the proof. There's no
And sadly,
proof about it.
like real war, there's also tons of financial and relationship casualties along the way. That just a lot of people getting screwed over left and right because of someone's top dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, EA
I also
have
noticed
just
a really weird casualty over the past, I guess, year or two, where people have to sign so many NDAs just to be a part and participate, and then they basically
yeah.
can't put it on their resume for years afterwards.
Yep.
And sometimes they can't even do it because they weren't like on it long enough because they were like laid off or something. There's all these weird gotchas where it's like, we're going to get the work out of you, but you're not going to be able to use it in any way, shape, or form. It's like, no, that's part of the trade, is that I get we both get something out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there was there was like a pretty big like situation or something like that where somebody wasn't able to claim a game on their resume for a long time. I can't remember the developer, but yeah, I remember hearing about that like in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Oh well. I would like to say that the future is perhaps brighter now that there are platforms like YouTube and people like us and Twitter, etc., that are kind of exposing and pushing back on these practices.